Hey, my beautiful family and friends, my reflections. How are we? Doing good. I am out here in these elements, out in the winds, the fall time vibes, and I love this season. I used to live in Southern California, and I would miss the season changes that I was used to growing up in Illinois. And so is a good time because today is Halloween, also known as Samhain, um, and it's fall. So this is the time for reflection, as it is. And Halloween is not just a holiday; it is a time on like a spiritual cycle, a spiritual clock, where it gets reset and where Archangel Michael re-establishes power and his protection over his truth tellers, the light bearers, the initiates who are coming out of a long dormancy and claiming their sovereignty. All right, this is the time when everything comes back around again and you look over your previous year in this cycle. It is, a time to really understand all that has happened to you on your spiritual journey and to celebrate all of the wins and all of the achievements of overcoming the challenges throughout the year, of doing the shadow work and coming out on top, still knowing who you are and still claiming that divine power that is within. Halloween is known for being a time where everyone wears costumes and masks, and those masks are symbolic. They represent life's or previous lifetimes of faces you used to wear, people you used to be, and then it can even be a way to manifest new personas or a new way of being into your current reality. And it's a night where you get to try it on, different archetypes that symbolize different paths that you may have been on or are planning or embarking on, planning to start. Anyway, Halloween is one of my most favorite holidays, and I just want to really break down the origins of it in a spiritual context, because of course it has been given a consumer twist to sell candy and costumes and for those who want to capitalize on it, right? But this is an ancient and spiritual, ritualistic time that really needs to be embraced in the way that it was intended for your own empowerment. And so let's get into it. In Archangel Michael's lore, he defeated the dragon, and the dragon symbolizes that monster inside of us that we must defeat when we are crossing that threshold between regular life and higher knowing. And so the dragon is a symbol of conquering your fears. That fire that it breathes out is going to remove the falsehoods so that you can finally be stripped down to the real you, the truest version, the highest, most greatest version of yourself that wants to emerge and wants to be just pure and authentic. When doing shadow work, that is what that rebirth is all about. In my previous video, I was talking about heaven being a frequency band, and a part of my analogy was saying that if heaven was the violet spectrum of the rainbow, each band represents a different level of consciousness that you must climb and ascend in order to reach heaven on earth. And what this time of year represents is that death that you've had to face over and over again, and to be reborn over and over again as well. And they say you die, you go to heaven. Well, this is an ego death, and Halloween is when we celebrate those ego deaths. And maybe over the course of the last year, you had a dark night of the soul, and that was helping to peel a layer of you away so that you can be even more in your truth. And that is how you ascend to higher levels. And so Halloween is a celebration of that. No matter how many layers have been peeled away, it's still progress toward that heaven on earth that is the achievement, or that nirvana that we're all searching for in our lives. So think of the dragon not as something demonic, but something that is more like a prompt that is going to help you see or remember what you're meant to remember, so that you can become who you're meant to become. And the story of Archangel Michael helps to remind us of how we can all confront what is hidden within us in those shadows that are needing to be integrated back into ourselves with unconditional love, which is the nature of 5D reality. And so the dragon is seen as an ally, not an enemy, and Archangel Michael becomes the type of warrior that we all have within. Speaking of dragons, I've been hearing some content creators speak about Tiamat, and she is a primordial dragon and a goddess. And I was excited when I started to hear messages about her from different content creators, because I underwent priestess training and we learned about a lot of different goddesses. And so Tiamat is definitely one that connects to the Draco, or the dragon lore, connected with Archangel Michael and connected with this time of year. And Tiamat is feminine power that got demonized, and it's a chaos portal, because through the chaos, through the pain, through all of the really hard challenges that we're all presented with and that we overcome, that is how, the divine feminine is reclaimed. And that's why Halloween seems to honor the crone, the old scary witch, the old woman who lives in the haunted house, the cat lady. Those sort of archetypes are typically the female archetype associated with Halloween. But Tiamat is the divine mother. She's not evil, she's not scary, not a monster. She wants you to be in your power, even if that means going and gathering all of the pieces of yourself that had been broken and fractured over time through traumatic experiences. And she's like a soul retrieval type of archetype or goddess. And it is extremely important that we do these things, because like I was talking about in my previous video, that is the way to ascension into the 5D heaven on earth frequency. So yeah, Halloween touches on archetypal truths that many people fear, like death, the unknown, the shadow self, and spiritual power. And through all that, yes, you're going to come into contact with things like mortality and ancestral grief, suppressed emotions, and unseen spirits. But I promise you, this is for your greatest good, that you have no fear. And face it, you can't avoid transformation forever. At some point, you just have to see what is hidden within. And yes, there are some groups who are misusing the energy of Halloween, and it's called taboo power. And it is something like those mock sacrifices, and some people take it too far and lean way into the dark and occult. But this is actually something that is more in alignment with reclaiming feminine power and indigenous power than it is evil and demonic. And it leans into the feminine power because the darkness is like the womb. And so it is a creation space of quiet and darkness for one to be reborn. And the fall time is a powerful time to release and make room for what's next, and prepare for the winter, which is the dark death season where everything is cold. It's important that we not lean into the capitalistic or deculturalized pop culture aspects of Halloween, and remember this important part of it. And so at this time, make sure that you reconnect with your ancestors, reclaim feminine and indigenous wisdom. Make sure that you do shadow work, and make sure you call in cosmic guidance and protection from your spirit team that will last this whole new cycle until next Halloween. So now you know that Halloween is actually a spiritual checkpoint, one where you ask yourself if you've done your shadow work and if you've called on and honored your ancestors who walked beside you unseen. Have you returned to wholeness? And I talked about how it's Hoodoo Heritage Month as well. So have you reclaimed your indigenous wisdom to the point where you feel it in your bones and in your blood? Because shadow work is powerful. Your ancestors and your spirit team, powerful. Feminine and indigenous wisdom, powerful. And when you reclaim all of that, you are sovereign. So happy spiritual new year for all of us who are on the path. That's what Halloween is. It's a renewal of your protection and a time when you declare, I crown my next level of mastery. I am no longer controlled by fear. I walk with divine guidance and ancestral sacred guardians. And I declare that I am in alignment with my will and my destiny. So tonight, don't run from the dark. Light your torch, stand in your truth, and have a personal ceremony of reflection and of empowerment. All right. So thank you so much for watching this video. That's my good word for today. And I hope you have a safe and blessed Halloween or Samhain or just a sacred night of reflection. And until next time, peace. Love you guys.
I grew up learning that my ancestors' traditions were demonic. That connecting to our planet, the sun, the moon, and the stars would doom me to eternal damnation. Today, I can look at these indigenous practices with reverence, with honor, with love and pride, knowing that celebrations like these are sacred tradition passed down through my ancestors, from the African people arriving at the ports to the Kalinago people who have lived on Guadalupean land for hundreds of years.